Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales. Thank you for joining me. I'm back on here again because it seems that my neighbour downstairs just can't comprehend the fact that she's not allowed to control the air in my home. And my housing provider, St George Community Housing, seems to be prolonging taking action in this situation. I mean, I'm being constantly provoked by this woman in a way where, like, just picture this, everyone, right? I'm here in my home, minding my own business. This woman's watching me on an illegal camera that's been placed in my home that my landlord, St George Community Housing, knows about. I've asked them to remove it over and over again. Anyway, she's watching me on that camera and she never stops watching me. She stalks me aggressively. She watches the slightest little move I make, and she has done for over a year. She stalks, abuses and harasses me every single day and has done for over a year. And what she's doing is she watches what I do and then she capitalizes on anything where she can try and get a reaction out of me. So she will deliberately do stuff to try and provoke me. And she's constantly doing this all day, every day. This woman is provoking me. And I just yelled out just then. I did. I said, turn it down, because I've made 2 videos about it so far. And she's deliberately still doing this. Not only is she still sending these smells into my home through her rigged range hood that St George Community Housing has rigged so that my neighbours can purposely abuse me. She is sending the smells through and controlling the air in my home. She's also using the most disgusting smell that she can find, which is the hot cooking oil. And she's turning it right up. And when she does this, it just heats up my whole home. The temperature rises in my home by at least 10 degrees when she does this, because she's heating this hot oil. And I mean, we all know how hot oil gets when it's burning, when it's simmering. And she's turning her range hood on full. So the heat from that is all being diverted into my home, along with the smell and the filthy, grimy residue from the oil as well. And she's been doing this for weeks. I mean, this woman is damaging my property. She's got no respect at all for me or my belongings or anything like that. She's discolouring all of my walls. She's destroying the contents of my home. She's forcing me to have to sit through hours of abuse like this, and so are St George Community Housing. I mean, I'm in my own home. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm minding my business. This woman's watching me on a camera and deliberately provoking me based on what I'm doing in my home. And not only that, she can also see my devices. So she's an absolute criminal. She's watching my devices. She's watching me on an illegal camera that's installed in my home to deliberately carry out abuse, and she's being paid to carry out the abuse. She lives in the unit downstairs. There's also a neighbour in the unit next door to me, and there's also another one that lives diagonally from me. These 3 neighbours, they all adjoin my unit, and their range hoods have all been rigged so that they can divert whatever they like into the atmosphere of my home. And I am constantly having to get on my channel and fight back at this woman, because I want to handle this like an adult, you know. I can't call out to my landlord, St George Community Housing, like, you know, a person normally would be able to, because they are involved in this abuse. Obviously, they have rigged the range hoods in my neighbour's home so that they can purposely control the air. Now, this woman She's out of control. She thinks that she has the right to abuse me. She has no respect. I mean, this is a mature aged woman. How can you be mature aged and not learn common sense, not have enough common sense to at least know that you're not allowed to control someone else's air? And she's just doing this deliberately to try. She's provoking me. Every minute of the day, this woman is provoking me to have a mental health outburst reaction, because that's what she's being paid to do. That's obvious. And it's illegal. And she's a criminal. She's an absolute criminal. It's a 5-year jail sentence for hacking someone's device. She's watching all of my devices. She knows all of my business. She watches everything I do. She also watches me on the camera in my home. She watches every detail, everything I do, and bases her abuse according to what I'm doing. If she sees that I'm upset about what she's doing, she'll do it more. This woman is a cruel, sadistic sadist, and she's creepy, and she's a voyeur, and she enjoys what she's doing. She's a creep. She's an absolute creep. And she's out of control. Completely out of control. I have never heard of anyone having to put up with this kind of abuse from neighbours. But I tell you what, people are going to hear about this in the future. And they're trying to make me move out. That's what they're trying to do, but I'm not going anywhere. So they better just get that clear. I'm not going anywhere, at least until these neighbours are held accountable for the severe harassment and abuse they have put me through for over a year, and the invasion of privacy that they have put me through. And my landlord, St. George Community Housing, has given them the tools to do this. That's why I can't call them. The Campbelltown Police are involved as well. So, once again, this woman has given me another golden opportunity to talk about this on my channel. And just because it might only look like 1 or 2 people are viewing my videos, there are many people viewing my videos, because half of this town can view my devices because of the abuse that I've been being put through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. All of my devices are hacked, and there's a large majority of the community that can see what I'm doing on my devices, because the justice system have given people access to do that, to abuse me. So there are a lot of people downloading these videos, watching these videos. So if there's any good lawyers out there, just know that, I'm dealing with a bunch of neighbours here that have all invaded my privacy. And St. George Community Housing have violated my human rights in extreme ways. And the evidence is building up on this channel. There's just so much. And I'm so glad that I started this channel. It's the best thing that I could have done. And it's the only protection that I've had from these people, because the police are involved. I can't call police. The Campbelltown police are. The landlord's involved. Anyone else that I reach out to for help, the justice system block. Or I get manipulated in some way and told that they can't help me. That's why I had to create this channel, so that I attract the help to me. And just to protect myself. And I've built up a lot of evidence. And these people, I'm not moving anywhere, at least until these people are held accountable for what they have put me through, because they have put me through extreme distress, like really bad, really bad. They have violated my personal space, my personal rights. I'm being degraded and humiliated every day, and have been for over a year, because St George Community Housing have allowed a camera to be placed in my smoke alarm for people to view me on, to deliberately abuse me. And this woman downstairs and the other 2 neighbours that are joined to my property, and there's others as well involved, they're being paid to abuse me to death. They're being paid to constantly provoke me, to try and cause my heart to stop. They know I have PTSD. They know my heart beats fast. And they're deliberately doing this. They're deliberately provoking me constantly. And I don't know how this woman cannot be ashamed of herself. I don't know how. But anyway, she's doing this deliberately, St George Community Housing, and you better control her. I don't know, maybe she needs some supervision or something, because clearly she's not following the rules. You're not allowed to control someone's air. You're just not. Air is a sacred right. And yeah, it's my God-given right to breathe clean air. And this woman better get that through her head. So please, St George Community Housing, control this tenant. I don't know, maybe you need to make some arrangements for her, because she clearly needs supervision. And please remove the camera from my home, because you're violating my human rights. Every minute that it's there, it's not going away. Like, this isn't going away. Don't think I'm just going to move out and this is going to go away. It's not. I'm not going anywhere, because I haven't done anything wrong. And if anyone can help me remove that camera from my smoke alarm, please reach out. Let me know. I can't reach out to anyone else, because the justice system will just block the help. So that's why I've got to use this channel for that. If anyone can help me legally to have these criminals brought to justice, please reach out and let me know. My email will be in the description box of this video. I'd just like to add too that my family are also watching in on my home through the camera. The family members that are involved in this abuse, they sit back and they watch me go through this suffering every day, because they're a part of this abuse too. They've put me through so much abuse over the past couple of years. They've worked with the justice system. They've worked with these neighbours as well, some of them. And they've also stolen an inheritance from me. So that's why they're involved in this. So I just want to make that known to people that, yeah, my family members are also watching me go through this suffering every day. That's why there's no help. There's absolutely no help whatsoever. And my community has purposely isolated me. And I don't know if you just heard that, but they send stalkers past my house as well. I don't know who it is. There's gangs of abusive men. I think they're probably working with the police. I think it's meant to intimidate me, but it doesn't. So, yeah, please control your out-of-control tenant, St George Community Housing, because she definitely doesn't have the right to control my air. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I won't have to get back on here again, but if I have to, I will. Bye for now. Have a good afternoon.